Hey friends, it's Trisha Edmondson here with you today from Coldwell Banker HPW. And we are having a fun little series where I am chatting with my money man, Trent Olson. And one of the questions I get asked a lot when I'm embarking on the process of helping someone find a home is, what do I do? What are the steps? And today we're going to break it down and we're going to talk with you a little bit about pre-approval. And in fact, we're really going to break it down and we're going to talk about the difference between pre-approval and pre-qualification, because there is a difference and it's a pretty important one, right, Trent?
Absolutely. So, you want to be careful about which one you get from your lender. So pre-qualification is going to be, hey, I talked to them on the phone, maybe gave them my information to pull credit, gave them a verbal on income and what's in my bank accounts, and they sent me a pre-approval. A little bit scary right there, right? Maybe they didn't dive too deep into what's going on. We didn't collect bank information. We didn't collect pay stubs. We don't know if what you said is really good, is really what you're paid, because most people may not know what they get paid. So that pre-qualification, you have to be careful. What you really want to do is get a full pre-approval. What does that really mean? That's collecting information like you're under contract for a home, pull credit. We have a conversation about that information to make sure that we're all on the same page, so that the lender has collected my information, pulled my credit, had a conversation, ran it through an underwriting system, submitted it to the underwriting team so they've taken a look at it, where they told me I'm approved for $250,000. If I stay at 250 or below, I'm there and I'm ready to go. So it kind of takes the secrets out of, well, can I do this or can I not do that? So just make sure that you communicate with your realtor and say, yep, this is exactly the process I went through, because the agent may say, well, maybe you didn't do the entire thing you needed to, and things can go wrong when that happens.
Well, that's some important info for sure.
Well, definitely. And then some of the information you should have ready or understand with the process, right? Be comfortable getting your credit pulled. Credit plays a big role in the pre-approval. Expect to provide pay stubs, or if you're 1099 or if you're self-employed, it's going to be tax returns, bank statements. We're going to need to know a lot about you, right? It's very important. We try not to dig in too much, but if we need to, it really helps to have a good relationship and understanding with your lender that you trust, that you feel good to provide all that information, because if something you don't tell us comes out in the end and you're under contract and you lose that deal, it's not going to be a pretty sight. So we just want to make sure we get everything we need from you, and that pre-approval process is important.
And that's where it goes back to what we talked about in the last video, and we talked about that relationship that you develop with your lender, because if they don't dig deep and if they don't really dive in and ask the right questions, you may have a problem later on down the road.
Absolutely. We don't want that to happen now.
No, we want a smooth road, not a bumpy one on the way.
Absolutely. 100%.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Next up, we are going to be chatting next week about your credit and how credit is important to the home buying process. We'll talk to you soon. Stay classy.
We'll see you guys next week.